I'm too cold to start a fire. I'm burning diesel and I will burn these rotting bones.
Hello YouTube, this is Amazing here, bringing you a full breakdown of all of the weapons in Mob of the Dead. I'm going to start off by discussing the changes in the mystery box because the weapons you can get in it have changed since previous maps. And then I'm going to be doing an individual overview of all of the new weapons that have been added to the map in general. So, the mystery box, I'm going to explain it from the base point of the transit setup because that seems to be like the base level of guns in the box, and each map has had different ones. For example, Nuketown added the LSAT and the M27 to the box, and then in Die Rise I think it was the same as Transit, except the MP grenades were removed. But for Mob of the Dead, a lot of weapons have been removed and a few have been added. So the weapons no longer available in the box are the Cap 40, the Python, the M1216, the Type 25, the SMR, the M8A1, the Hammer, the RPD, the Ballistic Knife, the War Machine. I've been spamming the box quite a lot in a lot of matches consecutively, and these have never appeared, and every other gun that is in the box has appeared, so I'm assuming, based on the evidence that I've got, that these guns have been removed from the box. Most of them are pretty rubbish guns that no one would really want to get out anyway, and I guess they decided that because Mob of the Dead is such a hard map, they don't really need rubbish stuff in the box. Now, 5 weapons have been added to the box, which are the Death Machine, the A.K.A. the PDW-57, the LSAT, and the Blundergat. So now I'm going to start into the breakdown of each individual weapon in Mob of the Dead. So the first weapon is the Death Machine. Magazine size of 150, reserve ammo of 300. It does high damage and extremely high rate of fire. However, it has extremely slow movement speed, even worse than that of a light machine gun, and an extremely slow reload. Overall, the Death Machine builds points and mows down huge groups of zombies like no other gun in the map, save for possibly the Blundergat and its variants. It's the worst weapon if you want to train, but the best if you want to camp, basically. Recommended stuff to go with this gun: Speed Coal and Electric Carry are heavily recommendable to combat the slow reloads. For those who don't know, Electric Carry, the damage the shock does is based on the amount of bullets missing from your magazine. So if you empty a Death Machine's clip before you reload, you can release a truly devastating blast against the zombies. Also, seeing as you're most likely to be camping, if you're using the Death Machine, the Hell's Retriever is recommended to catch distant power-ups if you mow down zombies from a certain distance away. Wise word of warning, the Death Machine runs out of ammo extremely quickly, and so in its unpackaged form you can often only use it as a sort of disposable gun where you get out of the box, use it until it runs out of ammo, and then dispose of it. If you pack a bunch of the Death Machine, you create the Meat Grinder. Magazine increases from 150 to 550, and reserve ammo increases by 250 rounds to 550. And that's pretty much the only difference I've noticed. So pack a bunch in it increases the longevity of the ammunition, also allows you to fire in longer bursts. Overall, even though pack a punch in it the only noticeable difference is it increases the ammo capacity and the magazine size, it is recommendable because the standard Death Machine runs out of ammunition so quickly, so you really need the boost to keep it on, especially into the higher rounds where you'll need to be firing more bullets. So the next weapon is the AK-47, magazine size of 30 and reserve ammo of 240. It does high damage for assault rifle and has a slow rate of fire, which allows it to have low recoil, so you can fire it fairly accurately. It's a good assault rifle, better than the MTAR but worse than the Galil, and is very ammo efficient if used in the proper way. Recommended combinations: double taps, recommended to remedy the low rate of fire, and Deadshot Daiquiri could be used to assist in ammo efficiency, allowing you to aim for the head. Secure easy headshots, which allows you to use the ammunition more efficiently because it doesn't have as much as a Galil. If you pack onto AK-47, you get Reznov Revenge, no magazine size increase, and a small increase in reserve ammunition to 270, however it does much higher damage. Overall, the changes to this and most of the other Pack-a-Punch guns is very underwhelming, not recommendable at all, because it's just, there's very minor changes, and other guns would be a much better gun to Pack-a-Punch into the later rounds. However, if you like the AK-47 and are appealed by it, and its charm of just being such a unique weapon, it would be wise to Pack-a-Punch it into the later rounds, because you can use the increased damage to increase ammunition efficiency. So then the next weapon is the Uzi. It's available off the wall in the Warden's office, the infirmary, and the Citadel tunnels, so therefore finding ammunition for it will never be a problem. Has a cost of 1,500 points, magazine size of 25, and reserve ammo of 275. Does low damage, has a high rate of fire, and a large amount of reserve ammo. The weak damage and long reloads of the Uzi means it becomes weak at killing zombies very quickly and should not be trusted in tight situations, because you'll get caught out by the long reloads, and it empties its magazine very fast. However, the high rate of fire and the large amount of reserve ammo that the Uzi has at its disposal means that this is one of the best point builders in zombies, simply because you can get to rack up so many points with it, so it's very advisable for the early rounds where you want to maximize your points to unlock the crucial parts of the map as soon as possible. Speed Cool is a highly recommendable perk for the Uzi, simply because it cuts down the long reloads, and it is also advisable to have a high damage secondary weapon used in close situations. If you Pack-a-Punch the Uzi, you get the A.K.A, no magazine size increase, and a small increase in reserve ammunition to 300, as well as a damage increase. Again, this underwhelming upgrade isn't very impressive, and because the ammunition cost of a Pack-a-Punch gun is 4,500, which is 6 times as much as the basic amount, the Uzi is a very bad points gun once you Pack-a-Punch it. However, the damage boost transforms it into a more effective zombie killer round, which allows you to use it at higher rounds in tight situations. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this gun to be upgraded. The Uzi is a good gun to build points with, and when you Pack-a-Punch it, you ruin its one unique charm. The next weapon is the M1927, also known as the Tommy gun. It's available in the docks area for 1,500 points, magazine size of 50, and reserve ammo of 350. It has low damage, high rate of fire, and a large amount of reserve ammo. Now, this could be seen as a similar weapon to the Uzi, where the weak damage, high magazine, reserve ammo, and the quick reload make this an almost perfect point building weapon, definitely better than the Uzi in that respect. Also, the low recoil and high rate of fire, combined with a large magazine, make this a decent weapon to use in desperate situations, and if you can aim your shots wisely, you can definitely do a lot of damage to zombies. However, the advantage that the Uzi has over the Tommy gun is that the Uzi has a lot more ammo purchase points, and the Tommy gun is located in a quite awkward point on the map, meaning that refilling the ammo of it can be a lot more difficult and dangerous to do. Therefore, Deadshot Daiquiri is recommended to maximize damage the Tommy gun can do to make it a more effective zombie killer, and to increase ammo efficiency, so you have to make fewer trips to its dangerous spine location. When you Pack-a-Punch it, it transforms into the Speakeasy. No magazine increase and a small increase in reserve ammo to 400, again damage increase. Similar to the Uzi, Pack-a-Punching the Tommy gun will ruin it as a point builder because of the huge increase in cost in buying ammo for it. However, it makes it better as a zombie killer because of the higher damage. Because the Tommy gun is a better gun overall than the Uzi, Pack-a-Punching is a much more likely decision because it'll last as an effective zombie killer later into the game. However, if you want to have a point builder, the Thompson could be an alternative choice to the Uzi. The final new weapon added to zombies is the Blundergat. It has a magazine size of 1 and a reserve ammo of 60, quite high for a wonder weapon. It does very high damage, and as far as I can tell, and I've gotten into the 20s, it can one-shot kill almost every zombie excluding the Warden. And if you shoot zombies in the legs, you make them into crawlers, which is quite handy, especially if you're out of grenades. Recommended combination: speed cola is absolutely vital if you are to use this gun, because after every shot you're going to have to reload, so you need to make these things as quick as possible to get them out of the way. Electric carry depends on your strategy. Buying electric carry ruins this weapon as a crawler maker, because if you fire it at a crawler to, if you fire it at a zombie to make a crawler, it'll start a reload, which releases an electrical burst, which could then kill the crawler, ending the round. Also, because of the way electric carry's damage is based, because it only has a 1-round magazine, the blast of an electric carry won't do much, and it's more for the stunning effect rather than the actual damage. However, the fact that you'll be reloading so frequently means this damage can build up and can give you an extra few seconds needed to complete the reload. So overall, electric carry is a so-and-so upgrade, and it depends on your playstyle. If you pack a bunch of the Blundergat, you get the sweeper. Magazine size and ammo capacity are both doubled. However, as far as I can tell, there's no discernible improvement in damage over the standard Blundergat. So pack-a-punching it is not recommended unless it is out of ammo, in which case pack-a-punching it obviously gives you full ammunition. Now, the Blundergat can also be converted using the Acid Gat upgrade kit into the Acid Gat. Magazine size is tripled and reserve ammo is increased to 90. However, don't be fooled by this. The Acid Gat becomes a 3-round burst weapon compared to the Blundergat, which was obviously a single fire weapon, meaning that you only can fire 31 shots of the Acid Gat compared to 61 shots of the original Blundergat. Therefore, effectively ammunition is decreased by upgrading it. How the Acid Gat works is, instead of firing a powerful shotgun blast, pellets are fired out. Any zombies hit by these pellets will become paralysed and docile. The pellets will explode, and any zombies that come into contact with the acid will die. Now, you can also get a pack-a-punch Acid Gat combo, which is called the Vitrolic Withering. This can be accomplished either by pack-a-punching an Acid Gat or inserting a sweeper into the Acid Gat upgrade kit. Both will give you the combo gun. It's a further ammunition increase to 150. However, this is still 10 fewer shots than what you can achieve with the basic Blundergat, and substantially lower than what the sweeper can do. However, this combination means that the pellets will now attract zombies to them, similar to the monkey bombs and the awful Lawton effects in previous maps. This greatly increases the effectiveness of the Vitrolic Withering as a weapon to take out entire hordes, because any strayers, I guess you could say, are brought in as the original ones dies, so which makes this a truly powerful weapon, but comes at a price. This has been Agent. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.